tree spongings.
Oh, well, that one didn't help. Yep. Hey, Jerry.
Yeah.
Got lots of work to do, Mark, man. Now we are recording. There's me. The aircraft is currently warming up. That's what it says. I'd show you a video, but I'm not recording video. I'm doing this video from the drone's perspective. So you see me go over here, and I'm just going to sit down over here and set this voice recorder next to me, and it should be recording a fairly decent level. This is a DJI Phantom Pro 3, which is like a couple-year-old model. Technically, it's only one model back. Okay, it says ready to go. GPS is locked in. This uses both the U.S. satellites and the GLONASS satellites.
The home point has been takeoff.
So we are now taking off. I already did this once, but I forgot to actually hit record. I just took a picture of my ankles. So here's the property. We're looking into the sun at the moment. Right, that's where I live right there. Here's my little yard. And the chicken coop is basically right there, almost mid-screen. It's right there. We have this radio antenna right here that runs all the way up to 175 feet, I think it is, right here. This field right here is a field of 3-year-old walnut trees, and they were planted just a couple of years back after they ripped all the old ones out. This is East Gridley Road right in front of me, crossing the Feather River at the bridge right here. And we'll get back to the bridge here, but the old bridge is right there. You can see the pillars from it. They never took them out of the water. If you follow this road all the way down, oh, by the way, that mountain range you see over there, that is Sutter Butte. Sutter Butte is where we evacuated to. That's the high ground we evacuated to when they threw us out of this property back in February. And, you know, this river came up very, very high. So the town right over there, it's about 3 miles over. That is Gridley.
Maximum flight altitude.
And this is from 400 feet. You can see it. There's the property is just this little triangle you can see over there past the trees. It goes, you know, straight across to the river and straight out to the river. The green patch over on the left, that's our watered cattle pasture. And so the water was actually coming over this S-curve high enough that my Honda wouldn't have been able to make it. All of these walnut trees are old walnut trees. The row you see they took out right down here, that was the oldest that they really let them get, something like 40, I think. This whole forest, I can go out and wander around in it all I want. It's very eerie because everything's in perfect diagonal and square rows. Everything's spaced exactly the way it, you know, should be for optimum growth. I don't know why that tree is out there all by itself. There's got to be a story. I've wondered about it every time I've seen it. So the property comes all the way up to where this road right here in the bottom left corner hits the river. That's the corner of the property. Where I took the kayak across the river was over to this pool, but the water wasn't going all the way back in this far. The water was a little bit lower then, and I could only make it to about the little area right there mid-screen. Now I could probably go all the way back into this lake back here and maybe even go all the way around and come out over there. But I fished from right over here, and this is where I first anchored. And well, I wonder what is that? That's got to be like a branch. Looks like a big old snake in the water, whatever that is. So, yep. I lost signal there for just a second. So the cows are somewhere down in this in these trees. I don't know where they are right at the moment on the left here. We let them out of the pasture right here night before last, right before dusk, and I have not seen them since. They have plenty of food. There's just grass and various grains growing all over the property. So, you know, they're in here somewhere. I don't know exactly where, but they're somewhere in those trees. And I'm not really overly fond of the idea of getting too deep into the trees to see them. I know they're in there, just don't know where. A couple of days ago, the landlord decided that he wanted to clean up some of the concrete that's buried out here. And so he's got the excavator over here. He pulled a huge chunk out from under, I think it was this tree actually. Yeah, this one right underneath here. Pulled a huge chunk of concrete out from underneath that tree. And he's going to haul it all off to somewhere. I'm not sure where it's going. Most of the irrigation work I've been doing lately have been trying to make this pasture area continue to be watered well. And you know, although a little bit of an eerie thing, these two dirt patches right here are Pups and Caddy. Caddy's on the left. Obviously she didn't need as big a hole, but there you go. That's where they are. And there's the bees right over there. Fly over there and you guys can see each of these pallets has 4 to 6 hives on it, depending on if it's stacked or not. Each hive has 30,000 bees. I calculated it out by the exact number about a week ago, but they come and go, so I'm not sure what they are today. And we were at 1,600,000 estimated bees. So there you go. That's where I live. It looks pretty industrial and dirty, but it's a great place. I love that river. I love the landlord is really awesome. And the guineas are in this little coop box right here above these trees. It's basically right behind that car. That's let's see, currently mid-screen right now. And these trees here, starting from the far left, are apricot. What is it? Apricot, nectarine, apple, cherry, nectarine, then red cherry. The first 2 cherries are blush cherry, and we're going to add right into this little patch over here on the other side of the fence, basically mid-screen right here, that little empty space. We're going to add an orange, a grapefruit, maybe a lemon, and something else. I don't remember what he said. But the chicken coop is right there next to that little building, which is going to be my woodworking shop. And you know, the chickens are very happy. And there's my little trailer and that little house. So that's where I live. It's a nifty little place too. I'll tell you, I really like it. You can hear the drone come in from the flight. By the way, I can't really do a thing to that drone to damage it. Well, I mean, I could smash it into something, intentionally crash it, but it flies itself. If here, I'll push the home button. Now it's going to fly itself back to where it came from, and it's going to land itself on the ground at within a couple of feet of where it originally started. There you go. and I didn't have to do anything except sit here and listen to it beep. Trying to compensate for your reversals.
Yeah, well, you know, you're the one that's dyslexic, not me here.
Yes, that's it.